Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Soulkey and ByuN on Dusk Towers. This is from IEM Taipei 10 that wrapped up just a couple of weeks ago, and let's get right on into this. In the bottom side of Dusk Towers, we have the red Terran player, it is ByuN. And in the top side of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Zerg player, it is Soulkey. I cast one of these players' games, or one game between these two players about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks now, and I figured it's time to bring these guys back because, wow, amazing game before. I'll put a link to it up here if you didn't see game 1 between these guys, but I believe this is game 2 of a best of 5. It's not an official series, so keep that in mind, not something I'm doing on one of my series things I've been doing for the last few weeks. Might take a break from that. I'm just not entirely sure it's being super well received, so let me know what you thought of those series. I'm interested to get some feedback on those. Going for a Rax with Extractor opening here from ByuN. I have to imagine it's going to be a Reaper. Soulkey going for the low ground expand. There it is. What sometimes is a third base for Zerg players is often a second base for others. We'll see how long it takes for him to get his spawning pool out, because that will determine his response to any Reapers that do manage to pop and try to kill his stuff. Soulkey saving up that money. It looks like he's going right for a spawning pool instead of getting Extractor first. Nope, just kidding. Extractor, there it is. And here's the spawning pool, ding ding. Okay, so one right after the other. He doesn't necessarily want to have enough gas to get metabolic boost as soon as this pool finishes, which is what you can do if you do the Extractor early on, the spawning pool a little bit later, the timings kind of match up. But the way that Soulkey is doing it, he will have lings out, just won't have speed for them quite as soon as if he'd waited or done the Extractor earlier. So there's the Reaper, and there's the Reaper Expand. The Expand portion of the Reaper Expand build that we believe Polt actually kind of popularized and might have come up with in the early days of, I want to say, Wings of Liberty? This has been a thing. It's been a thing for a while, at least since Reapers have been around. So there's the expansion. There is the Reaper. We will watch him in his merry journey across the map. There will be lings out, though. This spawning pool is just about finished. Soulkey ready for that. His expansion going to pop too, and here comes Mr. Reaper. We're going to call him Phil. Phil woke up this morning, had a nice cup of coffee, read the newspaper, went into work, and they said, hey, your first day on the job, we need you to go scout the Zerg base. And Phil said, that's not a problem. I'm faster than queens. I'm faster than lings. I usually get there before the lings have speed. I'll see what I can do for you, boss. And then he went merrily on his way. Did not take any detours. He was a diligent Reaper. The lings are here, though. The lings are already out, says Phil. What is happening here? Kitty charge. I'll toss that down, try to kill me some workers. But these lings are right on my tail. They're trying to kill me. They're getting hits off. What is happening? Run! Get off creep. Get off creep. There it is. Getting off creep. Excellent. He feels much more safe there. Might actually kill a ling. No, the wounded ling actually runs away. Phil is very low on health. Phil! No, Phil taking a shot from a queen. No. Phil says, down to 7 hit points. We've got to wait for them at combat drugs to kick in and heal myself back up to 60. Maybe then I'll go back in, but speed could be finished by then. It's such a scary proposition to go on that creep when you don't know. There are queens that are ready for him. That Reaper Phil, you're not the most effective Reaper I've ever seen. He checked. There wasn't a second base in existence, which he could have assumed absolutely for sure. Queen getting some shot off. This queen was not involved, though, and no, Phil lives. Phil lives, has no kills. But Phil is alive. I'm not sure how his superiors feel about that, as a third hatchery is coming up from Soulkey. Are more? No, Hellions. Hellions joining the party. Phil, stay put. You did a good job for what you could do, bringing some Hellions to back you up. I'm much obliged, ma'am, says Phil, and here he comes with his friends and the Hellions. You can't really see them because they're inside cars, and look how big he is compared to them. Aren't size differences weird? Here come the Hellions with a Reaper. KD8 charge and knocking those queens back. The queen's trying to stab away, trying to kill Phil. Can they get him? No. Once again, Phil has taken so many spines through his head, but thanks to the miracle of combat drugs, he's fine. Look at him. He's totally fine. He's getting healed up. He's back in the yellow, back in the orange. Oh, man, look at him go. He's very, very happy for 28th century technology or whatever year this is. The queens again. Look out, Phil. Phil, you can do it. Phil stays alive again. Despite being on the front lines, trying to attack queens, he is surviving, man. Phil is a survivor. Soulkey getting a Roach Warren to deal with these pesky, pesky Hellions. Good choice there. A Viking on the way for ByuN, as well as Stim. He's going to move into bio after this moderate pressure with the Hellions. And the Reapers trying to spread that creep. Can he get the creep tumors? Phil and his buddies, they might want to try to do it. No, not going to happen. KD8 charge, boosh. Can they get the... Oh, they do get one. They get one creep tumor. They don't get the other one, though. It's a minor victory, but not a full one. Is that a Liberator? It is! A Liberator setting up here too with no kills to its name, but it has stopped pretty much all mining here at this base. Throwing up a Spore Crawler to try to deal with it. Positioning pretty good for ByuN. It's hard to approach it with Queens from this location. There's the scan. ByuN trying to get through, but there are roaches. There are roaches from Soulkey, and they're going to push these guys back. Queen's able to stab away, force it down. Queen down to 9 hit points, but was instrumental in getting rid of that Liberator. So ByuN trying to make things happen, but Soulkey mostly holding, I'd have to say here. ByuN hasn't lost anything, but Soulkey's only lost 2 Overlords, 4 Zerglings, and 3 Creep Tumors, which I think he's okay with too. It is 51 to 42 supply. Viking is Overlord hunting pretty successfully too. Is that his second kill? It is. Second kill. Liberator trying to kill himself an Overlord too, but there's a Spore Crawler and 2 Queens. Soulkey is supply blocked, but only temporarily. I wouldn't worry about that too much if you're rooting for Soulkey into this particular cast. Starport on the way. There's that 3rd command center. Throwing down the barracks on top of a reactor. Moving into that bio play with a couple tanks mixed in too. So ByuN not doing anything too surprising. Liberator trying to smack himself down. Net another scouting Overlord. Again, it just takes so long. The single target damage on Liberator is not good. Splash damage really good, but single target just takes forever to kill anything. Reminds me of Valkyries in Brood War. Valkyries did amazing splash damage against mutas, but single target, they stunk. They were terrible, so it's pretty much the exact same thing. Still, Phil with no kills, but he's still out on the job. It's hour 4. He's getting hungry for lunch, but he's not going home anytime soon. In fact, he might be asked to die before he goes home. Soulkey getting Ravagers, getting Roaches, getting +1 Carapace and +1 Missile here. Queen stabbing away. The Lings might try to go in. KD8 charge and knocking him back. Phil taking some damage, but still alive. Still alive. Oh no, Phil! The mean old Ravagers took down Phil, and all the Hellions managed to survive, but they went back home. We don't know how to go on without Phil. He was our leader. He was a man among men, and we will mourn him temporarily here until we're asked to go on another mission. Liberator does check and scouts the 4th base. Did he scout the 4th base? No! What? How does he not see that? Okay, doesn't see the 4th base. He's kind of guessing that's where that's going to happen, though. Ravagers could take it out. Do they know the Liberator's there? No, they're defending it. They don't know the Liberator was there. Another Spore Crawler going to pop just in the nick of time. There it is. Liberator can't do much at this angle, but can actually sneak on up here. There's the Defender mode circle. Isn't enough to reach any of these drones. Ooh, Queen, look out! Ah, Queen ends up dead. Queen dies to the Liberator. Ravagers move right on up. Corrosive Bile tossed on down, and goodbye, Liberator. Got a Queen, that's about it. This guy's still alive. How? 2 kills for the Viking. A drop for ByuN. Pretty much pure Marine. A lot of his gas has gone to these Hellions and these Vikings and these Liberators. Not much for Marauders. But now that he has a 3rd command center up, he's going to have enough for Marauders if he wants. Soulkey going for that crazy 7-minute hive tech. 7-minute hive from Soulkey, a macro hatch coming up too, and a 4th base. Soulkey has been playing this very well. He's been on the back foot quite a bit, but he hasn't lost a whole lot. He hasn't lost much. ByuN has done his very, very best to harass and to kill and to destroy, but in the end, no drones have died. No drones have died for Soulkey. That's nuts. 8 minutes into a pro level TVZ and no drones have been killed. The Viking is, again, pretty darn successful hunting Overlords. A drop here, though. There are a lot of Lings, but I'm not sure if it's enough. The Ravagers come in with the Corrosive Bile, forcing a liftoff and running for their lives. Are the Medevac. Spore Crawler getting a couple errant shots off as they bounce on out. Here comes an attack with a Hellbat and Marine stimming forward. They're going to try to take down the 4th base. The army is responding for Soulkey. Can he get here in time to save the hatch? I don't think he can. It's going to be very close, and indeed, no, the hatch does end up falling. Corrosive Bile tacked on down too, but everything might die here, though. Corrosive Bile's trying to catch the Medevacs, can't quite do it. Medevac's too fast, too sneaky, too shifty. Going to sneak on up here. Another drop coming from ByuN, having more success with drops than he has with Hellions, and that Reaper Phil, poor Reaper Phil, immediately replanting his base. Soulkey, again, I know I say this a lot, but if you lose a base in StarCraft 2 and the army isn't still sitting there, replant. Replant the base immediately. It's such a big burden if you don't replant that 4th. It allows your opponent to stay up economically on you. Yes, it did slow things down, but if you need to catch up, you need to catch up fast. Soulkey going for that Ultra Cavern. Getting is that +1 melee attack. It is +1 melee attack. Getting +2 Carapace. Getting Adrenal Glands. Is there a Ghost Academy anywhere near for our friend ByuN? Barracks. Does he know there are Ultras coming? If it doesn't have Ghost, this might get a little bit messy for him. It's 180 to 170 total supply. ByuN playing this super well too. Both players just macroing their little hearts out. A lot of Creep Tumors dying here. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down, missing completely as they usually do. Hit rate for those things has got to be under 20%. It really does. Sacrificial Marines end up dead. Tanks are here, though, getting some splash damage off. They're going to try to drop into the main base. And they do. They fly up. Nope, just kidding. Interesting positioning there, ByuN. Going for it is Soulkey. Corrosive Bile's getting tossed on down. And the Fungal Bile killing Medevacs, killing tanks, too. Can they catch them? A lot of the ground on the Bile is trying to crush on through here. That is a lot of Ravagers and a lot of Infestors, though. Fungal Bile doing what it can. Another drop back here with Marines going to try to take down that Ultralisk Cavern. Can they get it? Yes. They are absolutely going to get it. The Ultra Cavern is completely dead. Another drop back here with Medevacs. Flying up here is ByuN. He's going to try to harass this base too. Oh man, 3 drones died after going so long without losing any drones at all. The tanks going to work, but the Ultras have popped for Soulkey. Can he hold on? Can he hold on against this aggression? The Medevacs are hanging out. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. The Viking lands and then picks up to try to kill those Overlords. And the Ultras are here. So the response for ByuN is going to be more Marauders, more Marines. I don't see a Ghost Academy in production here. He has some Widow Mines coming up too. Does he think he doesn't need Ghosts to do this? Oh, ByuN, do you have hubris? Is that what this is? Is your arrogance going to be the death of you or what? Medevac's trying to make it back home. And it looks like ByuN is just going to let that happen because there's a drop in his main base going after his spawning pool. A Fungal. And there's the Fungal Bile. Ba, 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 ba. Actually, not getting that many kills. The timing a little bit off there for Soulkey. Another Fungal. And more Marines end up getting killed, slowly whittling down this Bio army. The Lings on the low ground doing a great job, actually, killing up some Marauders and a couple Marines. Viking, how many kills do you have? Only 3? Is there another Viking out? No, it's the one. I thought for sure he'd have more kills than 3. Alright, so that base is up for Soulkey. He is mining from it. It's 67 to 67 Harvesters. 4th base up for ByuN. So dangerous. Production tab shows there's the Ghost Academy. ByuN now going for the Ghost Academy. +3/+3 on his Bio units. More drop play here from ByuN. Is Soulkey going to do anything about these drops? Does he need Mutas? Does he need Corruptors? He might need these things. Fungal Bile is good, but I'm not sure if it's the best. Widow Mines burrowing in the middle of nowhere, hoping to catch an errant group of Zerglings. I know I said errant a lot in this cast. I think that's twice. I'll try to slow that down. And checking to make sure this base is not coming up. Catching a free drone. No, the drone actually lives. How did the drone live? He walked right through all those Bio units and totally survived, killing creep tumors. ByuN at the front door. It is 190-something to 182. The Ultras are getting stimmed backwards. Ultras on their own, not that great against this much Bio, especially if they're not fully upgraded. Here come the Infestors. Can they get a Fungal? Getting a Fungal on a couple of the Marauders. Not that many, though. Lings surrounding everything. Another Fungal. Can it happen? No. No Fungal on the Medevacs. And again, leaving the Medevacs to survive to fight another day is such a problem for Zerg. Another drop here for ByuN. How is this going to work out for Soulkey? An attack up here. Trying to drop. Nope, too many Lings. Not going to happen there. Trying to drop up here. Nope, not going to happen. Soulkey on his back foot, though. Soulkey cannot really be aggressive because he's defending so much against these drops. Another Fungal. Corrosive Bile. Bam. That was an effective one. Taking out the Medevac. 2 Marines are stranded. They get cleaned up immediately. 200 to 194 total supply. Soulkey is up in supply, but I don't think it really matters when it's that close. And there it is. Both players are completely maxed out. Melee attacks, level 2 about to finish. And it does. Lings at the front here. Widow Mine shots. Bam. Big Widow Mine shot. 20 kills there. Another Widow Mine shot. Overseers are with this army. 190 to 186 total supply. Another drop. Yes, another drop here, another drop here, another drop here. Nope, that's a Liberator. I'm a giant liar. Queen trying to take down the Liberator. Is it in the circle? It's in the circle! Yeah, there we go. That's a better angle, Queen. Nicely done indeed, but killing some drones. A big pincer attack from Soulkey, though, and a pickup and a boost from ByuN. Just absolutely abusing this drop power that he has. Another Liberator sets up at this base. A drop coming in here for ByuN. The multitasking is insane! It is insane just dropping into this base. Hey, because why not? Lings, Ultra trying to deal with this here group, picking up, running away. There's a Spire. There's definitely a Spire on the way here for Soulkey, but is it going to be too late? Is my only question. Lings killing a bunch of Marines and getting some big cleaves off. Are these Ultras? ByuN not paying attention to this drop. More dealing with the defense against this. Ravagers, Ultras. Ultras not in the front, but there are a lot of tanks and a Planetary Fortress and a ton of Ghosts. Run! Run from the snipe, and they do. 18 drones have been killed, though. Liberators killing, drops killing. Woo, 21 drones have now been killed. 67 to 45 total. ByuN has been everywhere, and it's working for him. It is working for him. Medevac heading on back home. Ravagers, Ultras, creep spread continuing. Soulkey has lost a lot of creep tumors, but he refuses to be discouraged. refuses. This medevac trying to get back home, and once again it will survive. The medevacs have just lived way too long. 9 in service. Only 6 have died thus far in this game. Too many have been able to live and get out of there. The Spire is finished. What is Soulkey going to do with that Spire? Corruptors, I think, might be a better choice. Corrosive Bile taking down a Liberator there. Liberator did get, what, 4 drone kills? The Liberator harass, again, has been nuts. The mobility of ByuN's army is just insane right now. He's playing this exceptionally well. Bad flight path for this medevac, but I don't think Soulkey necessarily saw it. Landing Marines, nope, picking up, getting out of there. Whiffing on the fungal is Soulkey. This base, he wants to hold it. There's the fungal and there's the bile. Fungal bile, goodbye. Goodbye, medevac. Oh, another fungal bile. Wow, 2 medevacs going down. Soulkey, big hits, but look at all the snipes. Oh, Ultras. Ultras absolutely getting massacred there. Ling's trying to come in. A fungal on the ghost. They can't really snipe that effectively. A bunch of them actually still can. Didn't get all of them there. Ultras trying to cleave on in and actually catching the ghosts, but can they snipe their way to victory once again? It's going to be very close indeed. The ghosts are getting cleaved in the face. The Ultras managed to survive. Is there enough? Yes. 1 Ultra survives, but so many have died so far. 8 Ultras have been killed in exchange for 11 ghosts. That's probably a fair trade, I'd have to say, for both players involved. But Soulkey expanding everywhere. Look at this. He's expanded all the way down the right side of this map. He doesn't care that he's losing bases. He doesn't care that he's losing Ultras. Another fungal cleaning up the Widow Mines. Here comes the snipe. Ultras are dead. Ultras are so dead. Another snipe there? Nope. Not quite out of range. The Ultra is able to run out there. This is a ragtag group from ByuN, but just might make it work. Overseer's coming in. Ultra trying to kill stuff there too. Is there enough for a fungal? Ultra gone. There is a fungal, but only a single Ultra to help clean on up. The reinforcements are not good, ladies and gentlemen. More Ultras popping on in. Production tab shows nothing but Ultras, Lings, Ravagers, and Infestors. Another base under assault here. The Ghosts rolling in with that snipe ability. Ultras, I'm not sure of the correct choice. It's just so hard to make it work, and trying to do this thing, Ultras are crushing on in. Corrosive Bile's getting tossed on down, trying to take down a tank, almost getting it, and actually somehow pushing this army back. ByuN falling back perhaps to a better position. And the tanks are gone. Widow Mines still getting shots off, though. Lings trying to roll in and make a difference here, too. They're trying to snipe down those Widow Mines, but Widow Mine shots taking them down. Ultra crushing through here. Really super survivable, except for the snipes, which are a big problem. Transfuse, no. Transfuse into a snipe. Completely dead here. Is this base? Yeah, and Ultra's actually defending that base. ByuN is kind of stuck on 4 bases. But, you know what? Soulkey has lost a lot here, too. So that base... all right, ByuN on a death march right now. A fungal catching them on the ramp. But there are so many ghosts. The upgrade's 3-3 again on these units. A chain fungal from Soulkey. Everybody very low on health. This Ultra trying to do what it can, but gets melted almost immediately to that there snipe. This base forced to retreat once again. Soulkey not looking good, and there's the GG. A GG from Soulkey. Soulkey's defeated, ByuN is victorious, and Soulkey has left the game. ByuN, masterful performance. Absolutely. What was his APM? Do you want to guess throughout that game? Ready, set, go. 347 APM throughout the game for ByuN's. Just kidding. 369, 347 for Soulkey. Basically in the same range. Both players playing their faces off. Face melting APM, ladies and gentlemen. Just absolutely crazy. The drops. The drops are nuts. There are a couple people on my channel who'd really like to say in games like this that Soulkey kind of dropped the game because he didn't get Corruptors, he didn't get Mutas. He allowed the drops and the Liberators to kind of get him off his game. Force him to play defensively for so long and allow ByuN to do whatever he wanted. And, you know, I think it fits. If the shoe fits, wear it. He didn't get Aspire until too late. I don't think he actually even made any Mutas or Corruptors. No, he absolutely did not. So in the end, the Spire didn't do anything. ByuN was able to drop with impunity. He got Ghosts out, which countered the Ultras so perfectly. How many Ultras died? 15. 15 Ultralisks were killed today. ByuN just absolutely, again, fantastic play. Soulkey did what he could. I thought for a second if he could hold on to these bases, if he could deal with those ghost balls. He did, again, clean up 1 ghost ball pretty darn efficiently, but in the end it wasn't enough, and he was forced to tap out. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.